I'm Scott Fox, lifelong insurance nerd. In this video, I'm going to show you how to potentially lower your Medicare Part B premium if you're paying more than the base amount because of IRMAA. And look, this hits a lot of people at exactly the wrong time. You finally retire, your income drops, but Medicare is still charging you based on the you from 2 years ago, when you were making the most money. So we're going to walk you through the government form that fixes this. The SSA-44, step by step, page by page, line by line, no guesswork. Let's get nerdy. So what is IRMAA and why does this happen? Medicare Part B premiums are income-based. Higher income equals a higher Part B premium. But here's the kicker. Social Security does not use your current income. They use your tax return from 2 years ago. Your Medicare premium in 2026 is based on your 2024 modified adjusted gross income. This is what creates this annoying IRMAA hangover for a lot of people. The year they retire is one of the highest income years of their entire life. Then they stop working, income drops, but the government is billing them like they're earning the old number. The bottom line is you can appeal IRMAA if you've had a qualifying life-changing event that reduced your income. And you do that with the SSA-44. So an important disclaimer. Filling out this form does not automatically lower your IRMAA. You have to have had a qualifying life-changing event. This is not some weird secret loophole that lets you cheat. This is a legitimate appeal process for legitimate life-changing events. If you're thinking you're going to pull a fast one on the government, spoiler alert, they verify things. So make sure you fill out the form honestly and accurately. SSA-44 has 3 main pages you will actually fill out. Then there are a couple of pages of definitions and evidence requirements. Also notice this at the top. You could schedule an appointment with your local Social Security office and do this in person. Or you could fill it out and fax it in. Yes, the Social Security office still has faxes. Or you can mail it in. So first, put your name and make sure you use it exactly as it appears on your Social Security card. Then, enter your Social Security number. You will also see a chart with income ranges and the extra amount added on top of the standard Part B premium. That chart is basically the IRMAA scale of pain. Pick the life-changing event that caused your income to drop. Now this is an important point. Only pick one. Picking multiple boxes does not improve your odds. So you want to pick the one that is easiest to prove. And when I say that, I mean the one that you have the most concrete documentation for. Now, the people who review these forms are overworked and underpaid, and they will appreciate a clean, uncluttered form more than a long explanation of your life story. The definitions for each event are later in the form, but here's the quick list. Marriage, divorce or annulment, death of a spouse, work stoppage or reduction, loss of income producing property, loss of pension income, employer settlement payment. Now let's pause on work stoppage or reduction because most commonly this is why you're filling it out. This is for people who have retired, right? If you or your spouse stopped working or reduced hours, check that. Nerd tip: if retirement is your reason, use the date you stopped working, not the date you filed for Medicare. Remember, this is a 2-year look back. Next is loss of income producing property. This does not mean you sold a rental property. In fact, selling a property can increase your income and trigger IRMAA later. This reason is for situations where you lost your income producing property due to something not at your discretion. If you're in real estate or you sell a property while you're on Medicare, that can create a one-time income spike. Spoiler alert, that spike can trigger IRMAA for the next couple of years. Nerd tip: if you're planning a sale, assume IRMAA might show up later and plan your cash flow accordingly. So sandbag some of that cash you got from selling that property. Either way, once you pick your one event, you put the date it happened. Enter the income numbers for the year your income dropped. You will enter your adjusted gross income from IRS Form 1040, line 11, and your tax-exempt interest income, often municipal bonds, for example, from 1040, line 2A. If the income drop happened this year and the year is not over yet, you're going to have to make an estimation here. That is where working with an accountant can help, because they will verify it later when you file your taxes. Choose your tax filing status for that year. Nerd tip: be as accurate as you can here. The Social Security Administration expects the math to match the tax return later, and they will verify it. Will your income be lower next year too? If yes, check yes. Estimate next year's income and pick your anticipated filing status. If no, check no and skip to step 4. And yes, this is why a lot of people end up submitting SSA-44s again next year. It's annoying, but it works. Now you will provide evidence of the life-changing event. Lists acceptable proof. For work stoppage, examples include an original signed statement from your employer, copies of pay stubs, business transfer documents, or a signed statement under penalty of perjury. So if the U.S. government asks you to sign a statement under penalty of perjury, do not take it lightly. Only choose this option if it is 100% true and as a last resort. By the way, this details the need for some good record keeping. When you retire, hang on to those pay stubs for a couple of years, because it may come up later if you need to appeal an IRMAA decision. Sign the form, add your phone number, and your current mailing address. Now make sure this phone number is one you will actually answer, because, believe it or not, they may actually call you. Now you can fax, mail, or schedule an appointment to do this in person. You should not just walk in. You need to schedule an appointment. Now, I know faxing feels like 1997. I think that's the year I got my insurance license. But you usually get a delivery confirmation. And if your trusty fax machine that you've had since 1997 has finally gone to the great Office Depot in the sky, you can walk into the UPS store, a FedEx office location, Office Depot, Postal Annex, often public libraries, banks, and office supply stores, maybe even AAA, have access to fax machines. Just call ahead to make sure that their fax machine isn't in the shop getting a tune-up. The beauty of using a fax machine is you will get confirmation that it was received. If you already paid higher IRMAA premiums for a few months before you submitted, you may see a refund of overpaid premiums. No guarantees, but that is what the SSA publications say. And they wouldn't lie to you, would they? Would they? All right. That's the SSA-44. That's how you appeal IRMAA the correct way, for the right reasons. If this helped, please hit the like button, subscribe, and drop a comment with your IRMAA question. I read and respond to every question personally. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay nerdy, my friends.